Yeah. So we really set a tone then.
Yeah, I mean, it showed you that.
Ooh, God.
Oh wow!
Maybe I'm drunk.
It's a good thing the cap wasn't up.
If that
wasn't
cap
off.
what do you have? The iPhone 4?
No, 4. Come on. This is an 8.
Oh,
A regular
okay.
8,
Damn.
not a plus.
Okay.
Oh shit!
What do you have, a 10?
Trent, I have to tell you legally that we're recording.
Thanks
right
for sharing that. I appreciate that.
You need to get your voice on.
Oh, that's right. Oh, in that case, welcome back, everybody, to the Backstage Boys podcast, episode number, goddamn, 43. 43, not 52, even though the show's been on for 52 weeks, but we missed the whole month of May. We missed. So, welcome back, everybody. We are here on this very special hot tag episode. That's the tag. That's the tag. And that voice is Chris from Two Heels and a Face. Chris, say hello.
Hello.
That's a very nice intro. Thank you very much. And this episode of the BSB is joined by the ZMT crew of my favorite referee, the greatest referee in all the land, referee Nate Speckman.
I don't believe that to be true, but
I
thank
was
you.
like,
You are my
is
favorite
Two
referee.
Juice in the house?
Come on. Where's your sound effect
Where's
for
the
that
sound
one?
effect? The fart one.
That sound effect you hear is the greatest filmmaker in all the land.
Oh, God.
My favorite guy, whose birthday's coming up. I'm putting that on blast, baby. Come on. Birthday's coming up on August 2nd, 2019. Filmmaker extraordinaire, the guy behind the videos, the man behind the drama, the creative force behind the creative lens that brings you the camera, the Rob Malinowski, everybody. Say hello.
Hi, how's everybody doing?
So mad you're right.
That was like a David Starr intro. Like, damn, all these nicknames. Thank you for putting me over like that. But
Yeah,
man.
there weren't any good ones in there. I was just kind of winging it, but
Oh,
the creative behind the camera. Can I call you that?
yeah, whatever.
The creative behind the camera.
That's fine. Just,
All right,
just call me
I want
Rob.
that on a T-shirt.
Creative behind the
Filmmaker
camera.
extraordinaire.
I usually use that one. Filmmaker
Right?
extraordinaire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just a dude.
I'm just a
guy.
I'm just a guy. I go to my job every day, and then I just do stuff on the weekends. You know, no
Occasionally
big
work
deal.
out.
At the
You go
Polish
grocery
Rob.
shopping?
Yeah.
At the Polish.
Very
Restaurant.
social on social media.
Very social. Nobody retweets quicker.
Oh man, I swear I probably lead the league in retweets.
It's
though,
true.
for
Your
sure.
retweets are like, I mean, I breathe.
That's all I can contribute to Twitter. I don't
like,
really.
does Rob have notifications turned on for
Do you?
my account?
Can you do a test tweet right now? See if it lights up on his phone?
No, it doesn't.
I
I,
got
don't have
nothing.
notifications turned on. I don't really talk on social media. I don't know. Like,
He's sure there though.
Yeah, he's definitely.
I'm there.
You're a
Feel
lurker.
him.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you? Yeah, I'm just hanging out, but I don't say much. Just hanging out in the corner with my red Solo cup, watching everybody. You know.
Well, we are here. We just recorded the hot tag. If anyone doesn't know, Chris, you want to tell people what the hot tag episode is if they didn't listen to
I
part
thought
one
I was
yet?
drinking the Modelo's Trent, but I could tell people what the hot tag is. The
If
hot
they haven't
tag-
listened to part one yet, tell them what
right.
the hot tag
If
is.
you haven't listened to part one,
What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? First, what the fuck are you doing? Stop this. Go listen to part one. Where can they listen to part one?
at Two Heels and a Face on SoundCloud, not Instagram.
He's drunk.
iTunes. I don't do the podcast section, the listening podcast section. Charlie does that. Charlie's not
Charlie's
here.
not here. We have one heel, one no faces.
Right. Yeah, you can just go to twoheelsandaface.com and you can check out our episodes there. Part one is there for the JLM. We're on part two.
JLMT.
Hashtag JLM 2019.
JLMT 2019.
Okay.
It's a tournament.
It is a tournament. So in that part one, we talked about the history of the JLM, a few of the contestants, and
Thanks, buddy.
Nate's about to crack open a brisk iced tea. Hold on.
It's got the rock.
it has the rock on
The
it.
rock's on it. Continue.
All right.
Don't cut him off.
I think I just he hasn't.
He
This
swiftly
is
passed
Sorry,
it
I'm
over.
just gonna read all the garbage that's in here.
Yeah, so in part one, we talked about the JLM. We did not finish. We have a pending announcement here.
Yes, we're going to reveal another entrant on this episode.
That's right. So if you haven't listened to part one, go listen to part one.
smell
Come
the
back
sugar.
over here, and we'll keep talking about JLM.
We should mention that part one was full of stats. Tons
right.
of
It was
very,
pretty much only stats.
provided by you. Amazing stats, though.
Nate put it on a data clinic.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
That was a data clinic.
Guys.
That's true.
If you want to see more of these stats, you can tweet them at ref Nate Speckman.
Yeah.
Is it ref or referee?
I think Instagram is referee. Twitter is ref.
You should know this.
We should make it all the same, honestly.
I'm not going to hate because I don't know mine either.
All right, well.
Polish Rob won.
If you need to review those stats.
Ref Nate Speckman, yes.
Ref Nate Speckman on Twitter. Or if you want to book him, Ref Nate Speckman, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Book the guy. Fly him out somewhere.
Please.
He'll hang out with your kids. He'll do anything you want.
Right?
Yeah.
Is
Would you
true?
Would you referee? Would you
Birthday
referee
parties?
just about a
Birthday parties, bar mitzvahs. I won't do brisses.
No brisses. No brisses.
Okay.
All right. Well, then we've established that. So, guys, book him anyway. All right. So we're going to talk a little bit about. We'll give our opinion on the entrance. We'll reveal a new entrant that's going to break news here. What else we want to cover here, Chris? Anything else we want to talk about in this?
I think we should go through our favorites. On the previous one, we talked about who we thought was the underdog of the tournament. We can talk about our favorites and who's who.
And who might make it to the finals.
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. All right, we'll start with Stat Guy.
Well, I did say in the Two Heels episode that my pick is Myron Reed.
And why?
This is his third tournament. Nobody else has that many. Other people that have been in JLMTs are going in for their second tournament. So Myron has a leg up on everybody. But also, anybody that's been in a tournament before in the JLMT has been eliminated in the first round, except for Myron Reed. He made it to the quarterfinals both times. So just in terms of being, like, tournament tested, it's Myron Reed.
All right, so I'm going to follow you up with something. I'm going to kick it to you for your picks.
Okay.
Who do you think Myron is your pick to win?
Myron's my pick to win.
Who is in the finals with Myron then? Pick to get to the finals. Who?
That's a good question because there's a lot of people that
Start thinking about this.
I
You got yours? Yeah.
there's a lot of people that, like we were talking in the episode prior, about Fatu or like Josh Alexander's on a tear. Mm-hmm. It's very hard to put Ace Romero down. Like there's a lot of guys that it's going to be hard to put away, and I don't know. I got to think about it.
Now, I should have mentioned this at the beginning of the show. We have to preface this by saying we don't have any inside info. We should have mentioned this before. Despite the fact that we work for AAW, we don't have any insight. We purposely stay out of the loop on this, especially for the sake of doing this show. We don't want to know. We want to keep it fun. Obviously, we get more. We're privy to more information, but we don't. As we're recording this, we have no insight to anything. So let's just put that out there.
Danny doesn't even talk to me.
Yeah, we can't get a response to a text. What the hell? But all right, Chris, what do you think? Who is your two finalists? Who's your pick for the winner?
Two finalists, I think. So my heart says Eddie Kingston should win the tournament.
Oh, okay, cool.
And that's due to Rob's great documentary on Eddie Kingston. Like he made me believe 17 years.
Yeah, that's the line, right?
17 years.
17 years.
Get at me.
Right.
Get at me, partner.
and just his history with AEW, Eddie Kingston would be an awesome, just even the photo at the end holding up the trophy, that would be so cool. But I cannot deny the fact that Fatu is in this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And that Josh Alexander is back at AEW with something to prove.
Former champion Josh Alexander too.
Right.
He's held the title as well.
So, again, my heart says Eddie Kingston, but I think the finalist, and I don't know what the bracket's going to look like, but if we get Fatu versus Alexander, I'll be happy with that as well.
For the finals?
For the finals.
That's a good looking final.
That is a good looking final.
I will say,
and in that final, Josh Alexander wins.
Oh, okay.
And it puts Fatu at a different path now.
I will say, going back to the Two Heels episode we just recorded, in the stats that I brought up about Sami Callihan, mm-hmm. which, if you talk about Eddie Kingston and his road to redemption, it would have to go through, or it has the potential to go through Sami Callihan mm-hmm. at the Windy City Classic. And I will just say that of the gentlemen that have all faced Sami Callihan in one-on-one matches, Eddie Kingston has the most one-on-one matches out of anybody.
And he's never
which means the most pinfall losses to Sami Callihan.
nobody. Your stat on the previous show was nobody in the tournament has ever beaten Sami Callihan
in one-on-one action in an AAW ring.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's preface that. Okay. So that's an interesting
Key stat.
Very key stat. Sammy, as champion, if he remains champion until Windy City Classic, has an amazing advantage over everybody at this point.
Right.
And obviously, look, we know the nature of the business, but from a storytelling and perception point of view, he has that advantage too. I would say, so that's how. I mean, it definitely comes off with a very strong momentum lean towards Sammy. But all right, Rob, what did you pick? You got your picks,
right? So I did my hard pick, and then what I think would happen. But one of the things that, like, one of the guys that I want to just talk a little bit about before we move on to Rob's pick is Curt Stallion.
Like, who's had an amazing rise this year.
Yeah, like he's done so much, inside and out the ring. Like, he could. We talked about underdogs in the previous episode. But he could also be an underdog, looked at as an underdog in this tournament.
Absolutely.
That can definitely, maybe not make it all the way, but get some wins under his belt that would mean something for him going forward.
Where do you guys think the tide turned for Curt Stallion? When did it become a thing where it's like, oh man, this guy's actually something special to watch? Because he was kind of just like a regular guy for a little bit.
Right.
Where did what shifted it for Curt Stallion? Was it joining wrestling? Or prior to that?
That definitely helped.
Well, prior joining wrestling, it was he was teaming up with Jake something for a while.
Right.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, they had a lot of momentum as a tag team before they joined wrestling, but I think the moment at the Classic when they came out with wrestling T-shirts, I think really catapulted them to that next level.
Yeah.
Which I'm surprised that they turned their back on Starr and Kingston because of that, because, I think they catapulted. But in my opinion, that's where they turned that corner.
Oh, yeah.
Especially Stallion. I mean, his star, he was slowly building, his momentum throughout the whole year of 2018. And then that at the end of the year happened. And now look at his 2019. He's all over the place, right? He's
constantly raising his rate now too.
It could be it could be a coincidence, and because Starr can say that, because of me this, but that's what I'm interested to see down the line, is to see, Stallion has all this momentum, and I can click. You got a good point though. He could be making a wave here in this tournament. He's riding that momentum wave into this tournament. He can get there to the end. You never know. I mean, so we'll see what happens.
Since you're already talking, let's go with your picks.
My pick, and I said it on the Two Heels and a Face podcast last week when I was on, is Jake something. And I thought about who can, without knowing the bracket, I think Ace Romero will be in the finals as well.
Ace Romero and Jake?
Ace Romero and Jake. Yeah. And Jake to win it all. Why do I pick Ace? I mean, that last match where he faced Sammy, I think it was a Never Say Die, that he really proved himself there.
I think he came to his own on that.
He didn't win, but I felt like he went toe to toe with Sammy, and he really proved himself that he belongs in that talk.
Totally.
I mean, there was a couple guys that I know that were there at the show who never been to an AAW show, and all they were talking about is Ace Romero from that night. So he must have done something right. He's got that. He can smash the hell out of you. So I feel like in this tournament, the only thing is going to be is how is his stamina going to play out. That's the thing. What I would have to see. So if he can get that under wraps, I feel like he can go the distance. But I feel like Jake's got that much momentum. He's on a hot streak right now. He's the Heritage Champion.
Yeah.
I feel like he's just, Fatu's another. But I feel like Jake is just, on that role where I think he can take it.
You mentioned stamina. If I'm not mistaken, if night one goes well for you, you make it to the final on night two, you wrestle at least 3 times that night, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
On night two.
Night two.
Night two.
Yeah.
Yeah, because ACH last year, if you guys remember, he had some rib issues. from the first match, and that carried over to the next day, and he had three barn burners basically that day. So it's
a lot of work, man.
It's that's definitely, just because you might be the best wrestler in the group, it's like you have to go to the distance. It's not one match you're doing. If you want to win it all, you got to do a match and another match and another match. So
absolutely,
that's key. That's key.
No, it definitely is. All right, so I'll give mine. I think the story, personally, for me, Josh Alexander coming back is my favorite story that we've told. Like, it's a great redemption of, because we all know it was visa issues. He got forced out of the country, which sucks. I mean, it would cut a lot of his momentum short. He's been on an incredible tear coming through.
He had the big injury too,
right? On top of that, the injury as well. So like he had a double whammy, and he's had a hell of a year coming back now. TV with Impact, coming back through the American Indies. It's pretty nice. So I'm going with Josh Alexander on a reclimbing the ladder story, getting the belt that was his at one time. And I'm going to say Josh ends up in the final. And this is going to be an odd pick. I'm going to say Jimmy Jacobs.
I was actually thinking about him too.
He was getting overlooked.
I think
getting overlooked for
Jimmy
sure.
Jacobs has been there.
And you can't overlook Jimmy
And you
Jacobs.
can't.
He's had a hell of a year too. We kind of forget that the Jimmy Mance feud has been incredible this year. And Jimmy has been, promos and performances. I think it's been one of his best years. And I think he's got a lot of momentum, man. Jimmy Jacobs really... He's not called an old timer, but he's part of an older generation,
right?
And I think he gets overlooked because of that.
He, AAW is the house that Jimmy Jacobs built.
Yeah, that's what he says.
He says that over and over again. So it's not. Is it a popular pick for a lot of people?
I
don't know.
I don't think at all.
I like it because Jimmy is a brilliant mind, right?
He's a wrestling genius.
Yeah, exactly. So is he gonna? He doesn't have to out wrestle you to win a match, right? So he'll figure out a way, and he's been doing that for 10 plus years, right? So I wouldn't put it past him, taking it at all.
The other thing too is he, I believe he has the most wrestling period experience.
Jimmy, right?
Yeah.
His first year was
1999.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
20 years in.
I think that was Colt Cabanas too.
Yeah, him and Cole are from essentially the same era.
But I think he started before Colt.
Greater than 17 years.
Yeah.
That's true. He's got
it's 20 years.
3 on 17.
And the other thing too is Jimmy is the most decorated in terms of AAW championships of anybody in the tournament.
He's a Triple Crown, I believe. Yeah, he's one of the few Triple Crowns.
And I think Cabana has him beat in terms of longest tenure in AAW, but Jimmy's been on a more consistent basis.
Okay.
So,
history,
at least in terms of competing inside an AAW ring,
right,
is on Jimmy Jacobs' side.
Which is an interesting stat, for a guy with that much experience. I mean, he's got it's. I think it's down now, but Jimmy is one of the only active member of the roster who has a banner on the
That's true.
the Hall of Fame banners. So he's. I mean, it shows you how much.
Well, his banner did get taken down.
His banner is down, but he has a banner,
right?
So you can't deny that.
And got replaced with who?
Jim Lynam.
Jim Lynam.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So Jim's up
Which
there.
was a point of contention.
Really? Why?
Oh, he cut a big promo about it.
Oh, Jimmy. Yeah. I meant there was internal buzz about this. And somebody made an issue.
No.
Who the hell is that guy or something? I think it's fitting that Jim Lynam has a banner.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So those are my picks. Now let's reveal there was breaking news before we gave our picks. So we gave our picks based on what was announced.
Most available, yeah.
Right. Now there's breaking news that there is. Since you're the stat guy, I'm going to let you tell who the reveal was tonight.
So it is Joey Lynch.
Joey Lynch, Mike Petkovich's favorite wrestler.
Joey Lynch.
He loves Joey Lynch.
Who has appeared for us once before. Is
only one time though.
Yeah, only one
that's it.
time. So that's I put him in the same category now as Laredo Kid and Jake Atlas.
Who did he fight his first match?
It was a scramble. It was Larry D and
Did you ref that one?
No.
I remember Joey Lynch doing a moonsault off the top into the crowd and landing on a seat, like sitting into a seat.
Yeah.
He's awesome. I love
He's
Joey
incredible.
Lynch.
Yeah.
Finish your thought. I have a thought about Joey Lynch.
But yeah, so like I said, I put him in the same category as Laredo Kid and Jake Atlas in terms of guys that are not incredibly familiar to the AAW audience that just might surprise some people, and are guys that I don't think anybody should take lightly because of the X factor involved.
Joey Lynch is an interesting case. Like, he is really good, but it's almost like virtually unknown outside of, I think, Tennessee. He's from Tennessee, I believe.
I think so.
And really just not known too much outside of Tennessee. Mm-hmm. He's kind of like this gem that really needs to be seen on a bigger scale. So I think it's great. I hope he becomes a regular because I think he is a phenomenal talent. I would love to do more with Joey Lynch for sure. But that's a great pick because it's a fresh face. Like Jake Atlas, like you said, is a new, first time in AAW. Just Joey Lynch is second, but very new to the company, new to the crowd. Some people might even take issue. I mean, some wrestling fans are very over-analytical sometimes. They might be like, why is he getting the spot in the tournament?
Yeah.
It's only been in for one match. Why has Jake Atlas been in the tournament?
Why not Paco?
Why not Paco? That's what Chris is saying right now. Who the hell is Joey Lynch? No. Why is there no Paco in this damn tournament? Hashtag push Paco. Hashtag give Paco a t-shirt. Hashtag pro wrestling tees, Paco. What the hell are you waiting for? But yeah, what do you think? So, I mean, have you prior to that match, Chris? Have you seen Joey Lynch anywhere? Was he?
I have not.
No?
You guys mentioned him, and I'm like, I need to know more about him. I don't.
I'm telling you, he's like a hidden gem, man. The guy's great.
He's super impressive.
Yes. So we'll see what happens with that. Cool. But so we had our picks.
We got our picks out. Yep.
Now there's non-tournament action. I know we mentioned the participants. Let's just mention real quick what we maybe think might end up. I imagine Sammy is going to defend his title
on both nights.
I don't think both nights though. I'm not sure. I don't. There's no reason to do both nights.
Right.
At least one. I could see him maybe getting into a tag on the second night or something. Or
now, does he have anybody that? Well, if it's the second night that he defends it, that opens it up to people who have lost in the first round.
Which I think it doesn't really make sense because then it's like you lost. Why are you getting a shot?
But right now, who do you think is the top
contender for the title?
So if we look back at Destination Milwaukee, Fatu had the shot, but he didn't actually lose.
Right.
So I would say, technically speaking, he would be the top of the pile.
Right.
So who gets a shot if not him?
That's a good question. We gotta look at where we left Milwaukee. How did Milwaukee kind of go off the air, so to speak, and as it settled down, like who came out of Milwaukee earning a shot?
Mm.
No, really. I mean, we really, to be honest, not to disparage anything, but to be honest, we really don't have. There's really nothing built with proper contendership to a title shot at this point. It would really just be, who is not in the tournament, and aside from tournament participation, who should get a shot. What do we got? Basil's calling all of us. He just called me too. I ignored the call. You're not here, kid. You missed your chance.
See, Basil, if you would have called me, I would have picked up the phone, put you on speaker.
Decline. But so I don't know. I mean, let's look at that though. Milwaukee. I mean, who was not in the tournament? They're from Milwaukee. We got to really think about that. Who's actually going to be? Like we could say Johnny and Hoovy, but they're not going to be at these shows,
right?
Right, because in the previous episode you mentioned that it's Callahan who's on the card.
Callahan,
the Lucha Brothers,
right? The Besties,
yes, and LAX,
with tag team titles.
What about the masked good brother, number 3?
Oh, yeah. Who was that guy?
I mean, he put an impressive outing in the last show.
I don't know. That guy just walked in and didn't say hi. He did what you did your first show. He didn't say hi to anybody. Probably
he's probably nervous.
He's probably nervous. I walked in, didn't say hello, didn't greet anybody. Just did his match with Manders and walked out. And I was like, what was this guy? Unbelievable. No respect for the locker room. Manders. We forgot about Manders.
If he buys a ticket again,
Good Brother number 3. He has Good Brother number 3 was in Fight for the Future. He did win, but I don't think he earned a roster spot yet. He's got to be
Certainly not a world championship match.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean,
No.
you're a stat guy. Who else was on Milwaukee?
I'm trying to Airwolf, but he lost.
Right. Everybody else is tied up in
Josh
the tournament.
Briggs, but he lost.
True. We're all tied up in the tournament.
Um,
Is it a surprise? Could we get a surprise entry?
we could get a surprise.
We could. That's the thing. It's very early right now, too. There's still a lot of talent being confirmed. We could have a challenger for Sammy mentioned down the line, too.
Yep.
That's true. I mean, it's a weekend where
Everybody's
in town. So
Everybody, yeah. That's the thing. The possibilities are endless. And again, like we said earlier, we don't know. We don't have any insight on this one purposely. And it's one of those things where it's a wait and see right now. So we'll find out.
There we go. I thought he wasn't going to do it.
He called you too? Why is he calling us? But he's still not calling Chris. If he's smart, he'd call Chris.
yeah.
We're going to tell him tonight that all of our phones are off, and then he's going to listen to this episode and realize that it's not true.
Right.
I mean, we have to get this over to him so he can publish it, right?
He's hot right now. He
Publish
said,
Publish
Yeah,
it?
I'm the one who
He's
does all the
hot.
work. Come on. He doesn't do any of the
I'm
work.
sorry. I
He
don't
does.
know.
He records it and puts it into SoundCloud. I'm the one who does all the write-ups, all the technical stuff.
Extensive write-ups.
I do. I like
yeah,
that.
they're like 37 pages long. Man.
Trying to hit up that SEO on those.
Right, man. It works.
This guy market over here
I did it
knows
for
what's up.
I did it for the Impact Pod. Some guy actually commented in like the comments one time. He's like, "Man, who does the write-ups for these things? These are great." But those write-ups, like you said, the
You
SEO.
almost don't even have to listen. You just read those.
The SEO though, man. People underestimate the
They
key
do.
wording.
Yep.
You know, it's not just like the tags; it's the wording in the descriptions. It works.
But yeah, I remember last year when we had two shows before, the big all-in show.
Mm-hmm.
We had Brian Cage on the show
Yeah,
when he wasn't previously scheduled.
right. So
We had Earl Hebner in the house.
that was
That's
amazing.
right.
That was awesome.
I feel like there were a couple. So like the opportunity for a surprise. I like again. I don't know anything, so it could be entirely possible
It
that
very
nothing
well could.
happens. So I'm going to put that out there right now that I don't know anything and
Yeah.
nothing could happen. But at the same time, like you said before, everybody's in town. Something could happen.
That's true. That's true. So tag titles obviously will be in the mix. World title will be in the mix. So depending on if Jake wins or if he loses night one,
we could have a heritage title match.
the second night. So there's a lot.
That's right.
Going
Jake
on.
something is the heritage
Right.
champion.
So depending on where he goes on night one, he might be defending his title night two. So there's a lot of places we can go. And plus we also have one more tournament spot to put in.
Right.
So we don't have that yet. So there's, again, that's what makes tournaments fun. That's what makes this fun. That we, like last year, I think we had everybody announced when we did the hot
Yes.
tag, which was an advantage. We had to at least we could do a proper bracket.
Good brackets too, right?
Yeah, we went full out. We're going to have an interactive bracket this year too. There'll be an interactive downloadable bracket, and I think
What does that mean?
that's going to be probably a Google Doc or something where people can download an interactive
Make your picks.
make your picks and stuff.
Yeah.
And so we're going to do something. I can actually reveal it now. We're going to do something where if you,
This is your show, Trent. You're the
actually, you know what, you're damn right it is. Let me just put that out
Look
there.
at him lean back.
The other BSB guy in here. What are you whispering, Rob? You know what I'm saying to the microphone? I'm saying to the mic-
I really got to go to
Talking
the
about how
bathroom.
Go.
Are you really going to the bathroom?
Yeah,
Show?
I had two Modelos, man.
You guys are going to.
I'm not going to.
All right, good.
I once I have one Modelo,
Someone's a
it
professional
goes.
around
It goes.
We're
right.
bathroom brothers, though.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, go ahead, Rob. Rob's taking a piss break in the middle of my reveal here, but that's all right. But so we'll have a thing where if you can fill out a bracket online, we'll have a link to it. Fill out a bracket and submit perfect bracket. If you get a perfect bracket, you get a prize from AAW.
That's awesome, man.
So-
because we've been trying to figure that out for a while. Like, I'll be looking to see how you guys do it. We have the buffet bracket.
Yes. Well, Google Docs has interactive, you can make a bracket.
You can make a bracket now.
Yeah. So that's what
Okay.
I was being told you can make a
Cool.
bracket.
Because the way we've been doing it is through Google Forms.
Okay, is it forms maybe?
Right.
Maybe it's on Docs. Okay.
That's how we do it.
Okay.
But I don't know how. If you select Jake something that wins his match, how do you carry him over to the next one?
Well,
that's the tricky
because
part.
the forum is how Reddit will do they do anytime there's a big tournament in wrestling, they'll do a pick'ems. Like they're doing it right now for the Or,
The
well, they
G1?
did it for the
G1.
G1. It's a Google form, and so they have all the things input, and you just like write in.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like we could also just do an image of the bracket,
Yeah.
and then just have people use Photoshop.
That's what I was,
and
well, I
write
was
it
saying.
in.
You can just enter in. The whole idea is you put
just
together.
but you leave the space open. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
Make
Everything's
an image
open.
that has the space open.
We'll give you all the names to start, and you just put in.
I mean, 'cause
Yeah.
like we've done printout brackets before.
yeah.
Like
So we'll do it online,
Yeah.
and we'll have you post it. Like tweet it at AAW, and we'll go from there. And we'll, out of all any perfect ones we get, we'll pick one of the perfect ones, and you get a prize on night 2.
I like that.
cool.
Yeah, that's cool. It's going to be fun, and I want it to be tweeted. And I'll put these details out, but I want it to be tweeted to AAW, and that way we can share it with people and stuff. So you just kind of get a little more buzz, almost like Sweet 16 like kind of thing, right? So
This is what you get when you listen to the BSB boys.
that's right.
You get Rob coming back from the
We got Rob
bathroom.
coming back from taking a piss. Very unprofessional, Rob.
Guys, look, when you got to go, you got to. I don't
told
care
him
where
you
we're
could do
at.
that.
Yeah, I'm still
If
gonna
I'm on
talk.
the highway driving,
Still gonna
I'm
talk.
stopping. Like,
See, the thing is that he didn't do the signal.
No,
You're supposed to do the signal,
no, that's keep it live, baby.
or just like
this is raw and uncut, son.
Now he's back. Now he's energetic. He got the piss out. He's
I
good.
feel great, man. Seriously, like, I couldn't talk. That's how bad I had to go.
Do you have any sound bites for me, Rob? So we'll do that. You missed the whole bracket talk.
That's
You have to listen back to the show.
That's fine.
And get the whole inside scoop on what we're gonna do.
All right, sounds good.
That's awesome. All right, so that's pretty much what's on the agenda. Definitely, it's one of those things where I also want to put out there we're going to be looking into enhancing the live experience of the show, like the aesthetics of the room. We want to make it special. Like JLMT is a special weekend for AAW. It's an emotional weekend for AAW because there's a lot of
I think the 3 special nights. I guess 4 because JLM takes up 2 nights.
yeah.
But so it's JLM, Windy City, and Epic, right?
Yeah.
For AEW, outside of that, they're great shows, but those are the big
I feel
nights.
Because it's Epic's the anniversary. Windy City's the big, big show
Yeah.
of the year, and the JLMT is what essentially feeds. It's the big weekend, but it also feeds the classic. So,
It's also like if I can speak for Basil, who might still be trying to
call all of us.
It's his favorite show of the year, and he has a point. It has some of the best wrestling.
It does. It's
Like-
the best of the best on
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the names we ran off, and it's including the non-tournament stuff. There's some really good names on this. It's the who's who.
Yeah.
Which is one of those things where, I want this tournament to get as much buzz as Bola does. It's essentially the same people in many ways.
A lot of them, yeah.
It's like we should be getting that same buzz that Bola does. And I feel, actually, speaking of which, do you guys feel like PWG's lost a little bit of its buzz in the last year? I feel like ever since they moved that new building, I don't hear that crazy buzz about them like I used to.
Yeah, I don't know if that has anything to do with it, though.
No? I feel like that's when it started. I just feel like I haven't heard that. And people are always comparing us with them. We're
And it's hard to maintain a buzz, you know
that's
what I mean?
true.
I'm working hard. I'm in the 4th Modelo.
Damn, dude.
Oh shit!
That was
They're all lined
Number
up.
5 is ready to go.
killed it. That was perfect, man. Hey,
That was really
that
well
was
said.
good. That was good.
What's next? No, that's
But yeah, it's
that's true.
it's hard to maintain that level of excitement in people.
With anything, yeah.
Yeah, stuff changes, people grow, companies change. So
It also has a lot to do with maybe the shift to the new building was one thing. But,
that could have been a part of it. Yeah,
right. But
Competition could be another part of it.
Exactly. Just all these PWG was that super indie, but now the talent's everywhere.
Right.
The talent they quote unquote had for them only are flying all over the place.
We're experiencing the same thing. It's the same thing that AAW has to deal with.
Right,
It's also
and that was the
there's-
talk about AEW. They have this core talent, but they're getting signed. They're exclusive over here. They can't be. So that's when Fight for the Future started, right? And you introduce new talent. So yeah, it's all it just happened to be
yeah. And there's just so much wrestling too. I'll be in the ring and I'll look out, and somebody's in the front row watching wrestling on their phone.
Are you serious?
And it's like
I don't understand that.
it's like,
At a show? Like
Yeah.
you're at a show and they're watching it in the crowd? Wow.
Yeah, because it's like, somebody's going to have a show on the same night as some other
Yeah.
I've
product.
heard about that. Yeah.
And so we all have these supercomputers in our pockets.
Yeah.
And there's wrestling all over it.
Look at Rob's face. It's like,
Come on, man. Are you kidding me right now?
It's true. Is this not a super?
You're telling me they're at a show and they're watching that show and then watching another show on their phone.
Have you not watched two television shows at the same time on your laptop and your television?
No.
Maron, Kikats, you watching one or you want the other? You know what I mean?
He's drunk.
Basil would back me up on this and say that it's a thing that happens.
No, like maybe not another show, but yeah, you're on social media while
Or
whatever.
that
for sure.
That I can
100%.
understand. But if
Maybe-
you're watching another show,
Maybe they're not watching a full show and they're just watching one of the unicorns clips of something. But it's like
Okay.
they're
I can see that.
They're seeing they're just
They're consuming content in every direction.
right,
Yeah.
and then or they're just not at your show because they're exhausted from the last 5 shows that they just watched.
in a city like Chicago where there's, 5 or 4 regular promotions at all times?
Right.
You would know, right? Like there's 4
Oh
regular...
no, they're
4 with a regular
Yeah.
regular schedule. I'm like a
But-
monthly schedule.
there. I was talking with somebody the other month about this, and we counted. I think we stopped at 19
In Chicago?
in the Chicago
like shows in a month or promotions.
promotions in general that run in Chicago or thereabouts.
Jesus Christ. But out of the 19...
we stopped at 19.
we're the capital. We're the wrestling capital.
Oh yeah,
Out
absolutely.
of 19, though, I think only 4 to 5 run every month consistent.
Yeah.
Though,
Yeah.
have a show schedule every month in the calendar for the year. I think maybe only 4.
Right.
I'm trying to guess. Like us, freelance,
AAW, freelance underground,
underground,
Warrior on a
Gali.
3-month,
Yeah.
Gali like every
We got
weekend.
Zello and Black Label.
Zello's
Zello.
not every
Zello's
month.
not
though.
every
every month. Oh, yeah,
Black
sorry.
Labels every month. They got a pretty
But they're in Indiana.
yeah, close enough. It kind of aspect, but maybe 5. Let's say 5 are like your core every month, and then there's
But
goddamn.
that,
15
even if you
other
think
ones?
about it, just even if it's 5 or 6, that's still a big number.
That's a
Well,
lot.
yeah, and
Yeah.
19. When I say that also included like whenever Ring of Honor comes to town, whenever
Okay.
MLW or WWE or whoever comes to town, like those were included in the 19.
It's still crazy.
But
though.
still.
It's
Yeah.
shows in general that happen in Chicago over a calendar year.
This is I mean, at one point, Philly was the hot town for indie wrestling and professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Now it's 100% Chicago.
100%.
You got all elite and everything coming here. Like Starcast is here 2 years in a row. Like that says something. Like this has become the town for wrestling.
Impact is coming.
Impact's coming from Bound for Glory now. Like MLW's coming a week after them. Like
when they were already
For their
here just a month ago.
iPay-per-view, right?
yeah, they're doing their like it's going to be Impact and MLW doing a pay per view within a 2 week
A week
span.
of each other. Yeah.
It's crazy.
You know?
There's a lot going on. I mean, I almost feel like it's counterproductive. You're milking the town dry. How many dollars are able to go around amongst the same fans? You have people who come in and fly and drive in, but
Yeah.
your base is like that hometown crowd. How many dollars can go around between these people?
Oh, look, the phone lines are lighting up.
The phone lines are lighting up here, buddy.
They're like, hey, talk about the JLMT.
Caller number 1. Hi, this is Basil. I'm currently
Guys,
I gotta let you know that we started recording.
Oh. shut up. So next caller.
Mike-
Hey guys, it's Basil again. I'm online too.
like 7 different phones from Sprint.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like it's interesting what this town has become in the last 5 years. Is
Yeah.
nuts. How much has popped off in this town? Which tying into the JLMT is that how do we stay special? How do you
Right.
keep ahead of the curve? When every company's trying to put on their best, we stay ahead of it by giving you some of the top tier indies, the best of the best out there, making this tournament style, making it special. I mean, you have to stay ahead of the curve. It's like it's not easy to do in a market like this. If we were to Wichita, Kansas, I think we'd be racking it in because nobody else is running Wichita, you know. But here, you got a lot to compete with. You got to find creative ways to do it, whether it's films, whether it's interactive brackets, new merchandise, you know, body slamming fans, whatever the hell you got to do.
Different 3 counts.
Different 3 counts, you
Hey,
know.
I can't switch that up.
No, your 3 counts are great.
I'm going to start doing 4 counts.
You should. Nate Speckman is a great referee. Ladies and gentlemen, book Nate Speckman at Ref Nate Speckman on Twitter.
I do 4 counts now.
4 counts?
Yeah.
He'll count as much as you want, right?
Yeah.
You'll do a King Kong
He'll
Bundy
do
5.
the 20 count like in Japan when
Absolutely.
you're outside the ring.
Yeah.
Do you prefer a 20 count or a 10?
I think 20 count is awesome.
Isn't it a little too much leverage to give it 20 seconds? As a referee,
Your shoulders probably get more jacked, right?
Right? No, I mean, I'm a very big New Japan fan, and I like a lot of what they do.
Can you start wearing blue shoes?
Where's Blue? Tiger?
No, there's a referee that wears red shoes. His name is Red Shoes.
What do you think of Tiger Hattori?
Actually, I just swore, but I think I can do that, right?
Yeah.
No, this is funny. I love Tiger Hattori, and one of my favorite things that he does is when there's a 2 count, and nobody listening will be able to see this, but he'll like throw up his hand with the 2, and then he just shakes it back and forth like this. And
He's like the Tommy Young of Japan.
it's amazing, and I've always he'll just be like. And I've always wanted to do it, but obviously, that's fucking weird. I'm not going to do that. But
Come on,
You want that one guy in the crowd to be like, was that a Tiger Hattori thing? That was right. I was like,
Right?
oh my god, I knew it!
But
Dude!
I was
Jeff, it was!
But I was working at Zello the other day, and it was
Rob's losing.
the baseball field.
it was the baseball field, and there
You were
was
there, right, Chris? Yeah.
and it's brought to you by White Castle, and there was a kid walking around with this big
I know,
mascot.
the picture was hilarious.
Yeah, this big mascot slider head, and I was like, oh, I want that.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey Matt, can I ref in that? And he was like, if you can see. So I grabbed it from the kid and I used it just at the very beginning of the show to toss out T-shirts or whatever. But I was like, I've already set this weird world that myself can live in. I was like, I'm doing the Tiger Hattori 2 count. So I did it all night long. I was just like, boop, boop,
Oh, you
boop.
did?
Yeah.
Nice.
Damn,
And
I didn't
felt,
catch it.
Oh, it felt so awesome. I was so pleased.
I bet in a Logan Square crowd, there's going to be one guy who gets it. There's going to be one guy
And
who
it's going to
comes
be Danny, and he's going to be like, fucking stop doing that.
You look like an idiot. What are you doing? Jesus Christ.
Keith will have to tell him what it
Keith
is.
will be the one who catches it.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, little Tiger Hattori 2 count in there. Love it. He slaps you on the back,
Cutting a promo!
Cutting the promo! Have you heard this, by the way?
I heard that he does it. I have not heard it.
He has his own T-shirt now.
He has a T-shirt.
Oh shit! Okay.
It's Keith, the cartoon Keith, and it's 5, 4, 3, 2. But his whole thing is when doing a promo, he's cutting a promo in 5, 4, 3, and then it's the silent 2 and 1. Mm-hmm. But it's his famous thing. So when we do a Keith Lipinski Memorial Tournament someday down the line, it'll be we'll all cut a promo in memory of Keith Lipinski one day.
That's when Trent runs the company.
Yes. I can't wait. The Keith Lipinski Memorial Tournament. I'm going to have Rob win it. Because he's the new camera guy.
The Hemi band will open up the
Oh,
show.
every show.
They're in the balcony.
Rocket. That's right. I got my mom making lunch for everybody in the corner.
Yeah, and my mom's cleaning. Yeah, I clean the ring. It's filthy. Honest to God.
My dad will be the head referee.
Hey.
On purpose just to get drama out of Nate. I don't get it. I've been here for 10 years. I can't even get the top referee spot. No, it's going to be my dad who can't get down for a count. My dad's going to sit there and just count on a turnbuckle. All
right, what's next, Trent?
Ding, ding. How do we even get on this topic?
We are so far beyond JLMT right now.
All right, well, JLMT. I mean, we got everything. We touched on everything. We have one spot. How about we throw this out there to the listeners? Who, and we don't know it either. Who
do you want to see?
Who do you want? Who do you want to see in the last spot? Leave a comment. Tweet us at the BSB Show or at Chris.
2 heels in the face. Number 2 heels in the face.
Tweet us and let us know who you think that last spot should be or who you want it to be. This will be interesting because we don't know when it's going to be announced. I imagine we got a little time, so it'll be kind of maybe a special spot. But in the meantime, let us know who you want to see in that. That'd be fun.
That final spot, yeah. It'll be interesting.
That'd be cool.
Tickets are on sale now, yeah?
Tickets are on sale now. They're moving. You got to get them quick because this is a sellout show. 100% it sells out every year. So even we did Berwyn. This is a very tight show to get tickets to. I'm not Berwyn. Berwyn also, but
Berwyn did it.
I'm in Bourbon Street. Even as big as Bourbon Street is, we
did you do the tournament?
We
one
did.
night.
First one.
One night.
One night.
Uh-huh.
First one, I believe, was at
Yeah, I don't think there was a final at Bourbon.
not a final, but there
No.
was night one
one.
of
20
tournament number 1 was at Bourbon Street.
That was what, 2016?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought 2017 was there too, but I might be.
Maybe. I just remember the first one because Jim's
look it
family
up.
was there.
Yeah.
And it was the whole thing about them being in the ring. And I believe we have photos of Danny doing his thing in the ring too. So, like I said, Bourbon Street does sell out for this one too. And that's the biggest venue we got. So that's something to keep in mind. Get the tickets early. I know it's a tough weekend with everything going on. Warrior,
So
Sarcast.
again, the tournament's going to be it's going to be at Logan, right?
Tournaments at Logan, both
Both
nights.
nights.
Both nights,
August
okay.
29th and 30th at Logan Square Auditorium. So, like I said,
Last year, Meltzer was there.
last year Dave Meltzer was there. Uncle Dave.
And Wade Keller.
Wade Keller was there too?
Oh, no.
No.
I'm talking about the show before Defining Moment.
He was there?
Yeah. That's what we're talking about, right? Meltzer was there. Wade Keller was
We're
there.
here for-
No,
the
Meltzer was there for the
JLMT.
tournament. Meltzer
Oh.
was there. He was there for that. Okay, when did the Sammy chair incident happen?
That was in the
Oh, that was
No.
not the tournament.
That was on the tournament? Okay, my bad then.
I'm talking about the day before All In when we did.
No, you know what? I think that
Destination
the chair
Chicago and-
incident was during the tournament. Because I was up in the balcony for that.
Yeah. Tournament. Yeah, that was Sammy's title match.
Because Meltzer was also here for not Destination Chicago, the Defining Moment, day before All In. He and Wade Keller were up in the balcony.
That was Destination Chicago, wasn't it?
That was it then. That's what we're talking. Okay, then we're thinking of that. Because
Defining
it was-
Moment.
Yeah.
Defining moment. So it wasn't the tournament then.
You're right. Okay.
Yeah, it was the 2-night thing, but it
Right,
wasn't
because
the
we're
tournament.
confusing it
Right,
because
we're-
this year it's all happening that weekend.
Right, yeah,
Last
okay.
year it was not.
We're throwing exactly. So yeah, I didn't know Keller was there too, but yeah,
So 2016, night 1 was at Bourbon Street, and night 2 was in Berwyn.
that's it. That's the one.
That's the one where I believe Chris Hero won that tournament.
Yes. 2017 was in. Both shows were in Berwyn.
Yeah, that was a fun one too.
In 2018, both shows were in Logan.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so we get some names to these things. Again, I mean, everybody's in town. That's the fun thing. People like swinging by. The thing is, you got to keep in mind too. Danny Daniels has a rich history. He's trained many people. He's wrestled a lot of the top names in the business today. He was alongside him. He's promoted them. He's made a lot of careers. People know who Danny is. So a lot of people, if they're in town, they stop by. If there's a show going on, they're going to stop by.
His Rolodex is full.
His Rolodex is very full. That's why he doesn't call people back. But people
He's still using a Rolodex.
Yeah, exactly.
What's wrong with the Rolodex?
Are you using a Rolodex?
Get out of here.
You're the most digital guy I know.
I have the Rolodex app on my phone.
Are you just-
Call context.
But no, I mean, a lot of people come by and see
Thanks for
him.
laughing.
So that's what I'm saying. It's one of those things where be there because you don't know who's going to stop by.
Absolutely.
It's always a party. But let's put a wrap on it, guys. I think that's everything. That's everything we could say up until this point. So, Chris, get some plugs for you guys. Where can they find you, Charlie, the show?
Yep, you can find us at twoheelsandaface.com. You can follow us on social media at 2 Heels and a Face. That's number 2 Heels and the Face. And that's pretty much it, man. This is the hot tag. This is the second annual
You
hot
got
tag.
Instagram, the mask of the day. Come on, let's get everything out
I
there.
ran out of masks, bro. But
That
yeah,
is
we
out of
got
masks. He
Instagram.
needs more masks.
Yeah, no, I need more money. That's what I need. Yeah, social media: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, 2 Heels and a Face.
Yeah, get it all in there. Connect with these guys.
Yeah, let us know who your pick is.
Yes.
Hashtag JLMT 2019.
Yes.
You got it.
That's it. So
Yeah.
hashtag that. Give us your pick, and who your pick to win. Maybe you're the 2 finalists, and who you want to be in that last spot.
Absolutely. Remember to hashtag push Paco.
That's right. That too. Nate, where can the people find you?
So we talked about it before.
We
Instagram.
plugged the shit out of Nate today.
Referee Nate Speckman. Twitter at ref Nate Speckman. I do have one more stat.
Yeah.
Just we were talking
Say
about
it.
previous winners. And I will say that out of the 3 tournaments that have already happened, Sammy Callahan is the only guy that has been in a final.
I was gonna
Last
I know
year's
that one.
final that is not currently signed to another organization. So there's Zach.
Signed to that he can't appear. He
Right.
signed, but he can't. But he still can appear.
Right.
Right. He's not like taken away from us.
Right. And so I just think that's really awesome that like this tournament springboards people. Like if you look
100%.
at 2016, those guys were already gone by 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys were already gone by 2018. Like nobody that has been in the finals is still here except for Sammy.
That's an interesting stat.
Who's the first winner?
Hero.
Hero was the first
Yeah.
winner.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and he got signed immediately, pretty much after that.
He didn't make it to the Windy City Classic.
He did.
Right?
No, he did,
I don't
but he
think-
didn't win. He did not win the Windy City.
Yeah, but it was
That's right.
very shortly after.
Yeah, very shortly after that. So he did the match.
Same thing
He did
happened
the
to
match.
ACH.
ACH.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. So it's interesting. I mean, it definitely is a springboard. AAW's been a springboard for a lot of careers, no question about it. Always been known for it. So, Rob, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter, the Polish Rob, and then on Instagram is the #1 Polish Rob. And then if you're interested in seeing some of the work I've done for AAW, you can go to the YouTube page at just search AAW Pro. You can find a bunch of stuff that we have posted up there.
There's a playlist dedicated to Rob.
There is.
Films by Rob Malinowski. I think I made that.
I'm very humble.
He's very
by
humble.
that. I'm very humbled by it. But no, yeah, that's where you can find all my stuff. Be on the lookout. Got a lot of stuff in the queue that's coming through, and this is also breaking news. The Paco feature is going to be called #PushPaco. So
Yes, we decided that on the
Yes.
Two Heels
that's
podcast.
Chris's idea. I can't take any credit, but I think it's only fitting that a couple years in the making, where that hashtag has been really trending throughout Chicago and worldwide, that it makes sense for it to
Worldwide,
be
man.
on
Worldwide.
Paco's video.
I'm sure somebody in Uganda #PushPaco.
Has to be.
Has to be one guy. But no, that's cool. So yeah, guys, you can find me at Vanilla Joke on Instagram, Twitter. Connect with me there, or Hemi Music, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You can find the show at the BSB Show on Instagram. No, not Instagram. Sorry, Twitter, Facebook, and the Instagram. Hopefully next week.
Maybe that's what he was calling about.
Oh, that could be. Fuck. Maybe the
Maybe
Instagram's
he was
ready and we
not
don't even know.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Check back next week.
Guys. And then, don't forget to connect with the show wherever podcasts are found. Apple, iTunes, Apple, iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, Player FM, and YouTube. Don't forget that we are now on YouTube. Chris, you guys got to get back on YouTube, by the way.
We gotta, get
Yes.
back on YouTube. Yeah.
Get on YouTube.
We've been absent for like 2 years, but yeah.
Yes. Back catalog, baby. Back catalog. But we release, the interesting thing we do, we release the show on YouTube about half a day earlier than it goes on the regular feeds. Basically, if you're a third shifter or night owl, you get it on YouTube first.
There
So
you go.
check it out on YouTube at the Backstage Boys Podcast. Anything else we missing? Oh, AAWPro.com. Get your tickets. Tickets are on sale now for the JLMT 2019. Get tickets there. Oh, I'll even plug Basil. Connect with him at BZ.
That's 2 E's and 4 Z's and a Y.
Yep.
For some odd
Basil.
reason.
You can check his photos out at basilmahmood.com, at BASILMAHMUD.com, where you can find all of my photos.
Where you can find pictures of me.
Nate's on there in
Nate
HD.
grabbing his balls after he got hit by Sammy
Oh,
Callahan.
can we just say that photo of Sammy Callahan kicking you in the nuts?
It's a good one.
It's a great. I mean, I should go on the mantle at home. Do you have a mantle?
No.
Can you make a mantle just to put that photo?
I
on?
should.
That's a great photo. I mean, Sammy kicked him. I kept asking him how his dick
Eventually,
was all night.
a few years down the line, that picture is gonna be on the Wall of Fame,
On the banner.
on the
On
banners.
the banner.
That might be. Wow.
I actually in the preview video for Destination Milwaukee, there's the shot of all three of the refs coming up the
I like
ramp,
that, yeah.
and I'm just like clutching my nuts. I love that shot.
Great shot. Oh my god. Well, guys, that's
All right.
gonna do it for us. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for listening. The hot tag, another second year in a row, Chris. Second year.
That's a hat
Terrible.
tag.
One more time.
Oh, one more time.
There we go.
Edit
Better
that.
tag. Better tag. Thank you guys. Thank you for having us. Chris, 2 years
Yeah.
on the face. Charlie, the hell with you. You couldn't even be here. No respect. Basil, screw you too for not being here. But thanks a lot, Chris, for being a great host today. The one heel, no faces. What the hell am I even saying anymore? Let's get out of here. All right, guys. Thanks very much for joining us. We'll see you at the Jim Lynam Memorial Tournament 2019. Good night.